Yo, welcome back to Chill Will Podcast. I'm your host, Will. We back for another episode. So today, I want to take a little break from the rankers rankings and do my own. So with today's rankings, I was wanting to do video games from my childhood. So I know childhood, we all got different type of games we grew up on, we love. I don't know how old y'all is, but like Sega, PS1, PS2, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, the whole shebang, right? So for my childhood, I will rank these. These are my rankings for my childhood favorite games. So number one, classic. I gotta go with Def Jam Fight for New York. I love this game. Number two, I gotta go with GoldenEye 007 from Nintendo 64. That era, boy, another classic. Number three, Resident Evil 4. Number number four, I have True Crime. I know everybody gonna say this is a bootleg version of GTA. I don't care. That was a classic to me. I didn't grow up on GTA games, but that was one of them. And number five, I gotta go with Need for Speed Most Wanted. Bro, that game was a classic, bro. That's a game we definitely have to remake or something, bro, because these Need for Speed games now are trash to me. But a couple honorable mentions I do want to add to this list for my childhood games is Call of Duty Black Ops. The first one, bro, you can't tell me that the maps was booming. And I think for me, what makes it a favorite for me was the zombies. I don't care what nobody say. That movie theater zombie map will go down as the best map of all time in Call of Duty Black Ops. And just zombies in general. That was the best map ever in zombies. Another honorable mention I want to do is the Warriors. Man, I'm so glad they remastered this on PS4. I still be playing that junk to this day. Um, yeah, I think it's a classic. I don't think they're not gonna make games like that no more. Yeah, that game was real authentic. Like I don't know, man. They just don't make games like that no more. And another honorable mention, last one is Gears of War. I think for Xbox 360 days, seeing a gun with a chainsaw on it as like again you 10, 11, 12, bro, you can't go wrong with that, man. Like those are just memories towards like I think gaming was at its peak, and I think it wasn't no. I don't think it wasn't no. Nothing. I don't think it was nothing behind it. It was just all like authentic gaming. Gaming was at its peak. Gaming was fun. That's when you play with friends. You play with online, and yeah, it was competitive, but it still was fun. I think now it's like everybody. I think everybody from that era are adults now, and it's like all you got is time. And then now you like you just burning through games in what a week, maybe a day tops, depending on how much time you got on your hands. So I think now we don't have that urge of like being kids anymore. Towards like you gotta go to school, you gotta do homework, you got family gathering, you got all that. Like you don't have that much time on your hands. So I think that made you actually enjoy the game. And I think it was also so many games out to where you don't have to just put all your eggs in one basket in just one game. If you get what I'm saying. Now you don't see kids staying up back then playing just one game. Some kids probably did, but other kids you had different games to play. You had kids that had 1064s, GameCubes, PS1 and PS2s, Xbox 360. So you had all these different games where it's like you're not gonna spend 8, 10, 12 hours on this one game because you want to play something else. You just not realistically back then as a kid. And then realistically, the only days you had to play a game all day long was a Saturday or a Sunday. And that's if Sunday, if you didn't go to church and stuff like that. But let's be real, as kids, you didn't have a lot of time to just play all the games you wanted to play. So nowadays, I think games are just I don't know, the games are just not fun anymore. And I want to say, so now let's jump into the my favorite games of all time as an adult now. Now that my in my adult age, I think my favorite games of all time now as an adult is God of War 2018, The Last of Us 2, Uncharted 4, The Order 1886, and Until Dawn. And the reason why those are my favorite games of all time now as an adult is I enjoy the stories now. I think I thoroughly enjoy the stories of these games now and actually having invested in it and emotions attached to it and all nine. Back then as a kid, it was more of like, let's get this over with, let's get this over with. The little cutscenes and stuff like that. You was more like, bro, I want to get this over with. But now as an adult age, like you appreciate the game more. You want to actually soak it in. You want to be a part of the game. You want to be a part of the process and see Easter eggs or make sure you know what's going on in the game so you can understand the plot more, understand the characters, and understand the character development throughout the game and stuff like that. So I think for me as an adult, I learned to appreciate that for sure with all these five games I just listed. And I think for me, I think that's why I enjoyed God of War 2018 the most, is because Kratos and Coming to Die and the whole shebang, that was like, dang, like this is fire. And I think that was probably one of the very few games that I've actually sat there and thoroughly enjoyed it from top to bottom, thoroughly enjoyed it. And I know some of y'all listening to this might be like, where's the Red Dead Redemptions? Where is the GTAs? Where is the um, Elden Rings? Like games like that. Now, I don't like Dark Soul games. I hate them with a passion. I hate them with a passion. Just want to make sure I get that clear. I hate Dark Soul games with a passion. Now, the Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, it's sad to say this, but I never played those games before. Never in my life. I never played them before. And when it came to GTA, I played San Andreas. I played GTA 5. I played GTA 3 and 4. But again, I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but I only beat one GTA game, and that was San Andreas. That's the only GTA game I ever beat. And again, for me, I think GTA game wasn't fun to me to a certain degree. I don't know what it was. I think like maybe because growing up, I just didn't find them fun. I get the running around, shooting people, running around, stealing cars, just freedom. I get that part of it, but I just didn't find them fun. That was just me. I just didn't find them fun at all. But a couple years back, maybe like 2, 3 years ago, I made it a mission to complete at least one, and San Andreas was it. And now, San Andreas was fun. It was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But an unpopular opinion, or a hot take, I should say, is that I personally believe that True Crime was more entertaining than San Andreas. Let me repeat that. I believe True Crime is more entertaining than San Andreas. Now, San Andreas is a better game. San Andreas is all that and above. But from my point of view, I just thoroughly enjoyed True Crime more than I did San Andreas. That's just it. I didn't really get the I don't know. I didn't really see what people saw in it. Like, so don't get me wrong, it was a great game. I'm not saying that True Crime is a better game, but I think it was more entertaining for me. So that's my little hot take. So yeah, I can take whatever y'all want to take. Take that however y'all want to take that. But that's just my point of view. I just think that was not a game that I thoroughly enjoyed, like how I did True Crime. But like I said, San Andreas is a nice game. Excuse me. Just want to get that out there. I'm not San Andreas hater or nothing like that. I'm just saying. So now I got a question for y'all, right? So after playing Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2, who do y'all think was a better character, Ellie or Joel, in a sense of character development, in a sense of fighting styles, in a sense of the dialogue, just them as an overall character? Who do you think was a better character? I personally believe it was Ellie. I don't know. I just think it was Ellie, but tell me what y'all think about it. Who's the better character in Last of Us One? Who's Joel, or Last of Us Two? Who's Ellie? What's y'all opinion? All right, so now I want to switch gears a little bit. Um, I know. I think a couple episodes. I think it was last episode, 2 episodes ago. I listed the Rankers top 10 best black movies of all time, and a lot of y'all didn't agree with that, and I'm with y'all. I didn't agree with that list either at all. I think the list was pretty trash. But now I want to give y'all my list of the best black movies of all time. And now this is just strictly like movies that relate to the. I'm not gonna say relate, but people can relate to when it comes to black movies. I think these top 5 movies that I've picked, I think they have everything in it that everybody can either say, okay, I've been through that, or I can understand that. Just from a black perspective, right? So the top 5 movies are: number one is Friday, number two is Boys in the Hood, number three is Menace to Society, number four is Juice, and number five is Above the Rim. I think these 5 movies will give you the black, like pretty much say what the black experience is, living in the hood, living in the ghetto, the whole nine. These tell you everything you need. Sort of example for Friday, right? Friday is like, okay, it's not all about gang banging and shooting and the whole nine. You can tell how you can still have fun living in the hood with your best friend, with your brother, your cousin, your mother, your auntie, whoever. You still fun days living in the hood. Now, for Boys in the Hood, this is where you live just like gang affiliated areas where it's like it's hard to stay out of it. But then you have a character like Trey to is like you just a hood dude. Like you just live in the hood. You're not a gang member, but you just live in the hood. Versus a dope boy to is like he was in there, he was deep in the street type of thing. From Menace to Society, it's like again, wrong place, wrong time. People that know people that know people that know people get caught up in some stuff that you don't want to get caught up in. Or you just affiliate with somebody that did something stupid, and then now you caught up in some nonsense that you don't need to be caught up in. And again, you're trying to better yourself, get yourself out the street, but yet again, somebody that knows somebody put you in a situation, or your best friend or a family member put you in a situation to where now it's like it's hard for you to elevate. It's hard for you to become better because now you have this stuck on you. Now for Juice, I think Juice is a movie about just again friends being in the hood, doing what you have to do, being high schoolers, being kids, stuff like that. But then you have that one kid of the group that just think that's like I need to defend myself no matter what, and they turn they back against everybody that loves them because of their troubled past or their troubled upbringing to prove to the world and to prove to somebody that they are more than just a black dude or a troubled kid. They want to be more than something. They want to be more than that. So everybody's a threat. Everybody is coming after me, and I have to defend myself. I have to make sure that I'm not the punk of the group. And I think Above the Rim, perfect example of an athlete that's in the hood to a certain degree. Again, get caught up in the wrong crowd, get caught up in the wrong people, or get caught up with a kingpin of some sort, and then now you affiliate with this person, knowing like you can possibly mess up your future as becoming a pro athlete or just making it out the trenches. And then now you like, dang, I got caught up inside. I know I'm not supposed to be caught up in, and I'm not listening to the people that are trying to point me to the right path. I'm more so trying to block their blessing and block their guidance because I'm a kid that think that know it all and stuff like that. So I think when it comes to these five movies, I perfectly think that these are just movies that everybody that grew up in the hood, that grew up in the streets, that you can relate to one of these five movies, if not all of them, but you can relate to them in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, these are my this is the end of the episode, but yeah, I just wanted to give those few lists when it comes to my childhood my childhood video games and my black my top five best black movies. Um yeah, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure I hit that like button. That definitely helps out the channel. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media platforms at TikTok, at Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify at Chill With Podcast. You can find me everywhere. Make sure y'all follow, like, comment, all that good stuff. That definitely helps out the channel. Thank y'all for chilling with me today. Peace.